Hey y'all, welcome back to my YouTube channel. For those of you who may or may not already know, my name is Alex, aka YELLOOBERRY. And for today's video, as you can tell by the title, we are going to talk all things first trimester. For those of you who do not know, I am pregnant. It came as a surprise to everyone, including myself. You guys can check out my video that I last put out. I'm going to link it down in the description box below. So let's just jump straight into things. So I have my phone, because it's been a while, my little journal, and my pregnancy journal that Baby B's daddy bought for us. Yes, I do call my baby B. His last name will begin with a B, so baby. I'm gonna have to look back in these three things because the first trimester feels like it was just like so freaking long ago. Shortness of breath are one of the things that I definitely struggled with my first trimester. So even now, if y'all hear me like heavy breathing and like gasping for air, or like it sounds like I'm rushing when I'm speaking, it's just gonna be something we're gonna have to get through the rest of my pregnancy doing, okay? So my first symptoms that I wrote in my journal were I was cramping for 3 weeks, which in my video about how I found out I'm pregnant, I was cramping for a little while before I took my pregnancy test. So this whole time, well, that whole time, I figured like my period was coming. But yes, y'all, for about 3 weeks I was cramping, and you know, whenever I consumed alcohol, I would get extreme cramps. They hurt so bad. Like, they were just like, it felt like blood was supposed to be coming out of my mother nature area, and it just would not come out. Like, anytime I drink alcohol, I could take a sip of alcohol, my stomach would be on tilt. It was TMI, but whatever. I remember my boobs were so tender and they literally felt heavy. I remember like even when I wake up and well, right now they look a little juicy, but before, like, you know, it was like a regular B cup. I would wake up in the morning, I would have to hold my chest because like it literally felt like they were going to detach off my body. And again, I assumed that this was my period coming, but yeah, no, it was not my period coming. It was just a bunch of hormones formulating together because there was something growing inside of me. And so ironic, I think either the day before I took my pregnancy test or like the week of, I remember I was talking to my coworker and I was like, yo, my boobs hurt. Like, some things people don't tell you about when you first get pregnant is you are a raging bull, or you can be. You know, some women, they suffer from like morning sickness. I forgot the medical term for it. Some women, I don't know, but I just know, you know, morning sickness, nausea, throwing up is the #1 thing everybody speaks about. Thank God I did not go through any of that, but I was an emotional wreck. And I don't mean emotional as in crying, I just literally mean emotional as in like, I was a freaking brat. Let me say that word. So pretty much when it came to my emotions, I am one of those girls that like, I'm a girl, so I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, I'm not like that, or I'm not emotional, I'm not this. I'm a nagger. But it's like when I wasn't pregnant, I can separate in my brain, like, all right, Alex, you're being a little too naggy, all right, you're being a little too overbearing, just stop. Pregnancy, Alex, is like, say what's on your mind. If you don't say what's on your mind, then it's gonna keep persisting. Do it, do it, do it, say it. It's like literally in my head. I feel like the episode of SpongeBob and everybody in his head was like doing something. It's like I just had to say anything that was on my mind. If something, especially if something was bothering me, I had to say it. I know that my emotions were really getting to me when like certain things would make me so mad. Like little things, guys, not even like big things. Little things would get me so upset to the point that I would want to cry because I just felt like the person or the situation is being disrespectful. Like, why is this happening to me? Like, I don't understand. Like, people are just so damn disrespectful, and it's just like, they left a candy wrapper on your dresser. Like, it wasn't, it's not that deep at all. Oh my gosh, guys, even now, I'm a little better, but sleepiness, fatigue, naps were my best friend. I'm talking about at work. When sleep comes knocking, I am answering like, yes, hello, who's this? I'm not even asking who's this. I'm just opening the door and it's just like it is so bad. It is so bad. I have literally mastered the art of falling asleep anywhere, and it's over. If I have something like a jacket, a little sweater, a blanket to put over my lap, or just like, you know, over my arms and my legs, I'm going to sleep wherever. Like, it was so bad that one time waiting in a dentist's office, I really had to talk myself out of falling asleep in the chair while I was waiting. I'm like, you cannot sleep in the receptionist area. Not receptionist. Yeah, I know what I'm talking about. You cannot sleep there. Like, that is not okay. You cannot do that. Another thing, which I still do, I crave like sugary things. I love sugar. Sugar means it's a girl. So we'll see. I crave like sugar, milky things. When I say milky things, I mean things like chocolate. Do you guys know like those candy, the Peeps, those marshmallowy kind of things? So I crave like really those kinds of things. I mean, as I progressed in my pregnancy, even now, I kind of crave any kind of sugar. So I'm not a candy person, but it got so bad to the point I went to Five Below and bought myself a bag of like candy. Like, I love sour things, Cry Babies, anything candy. My friend had Starburst the other day. I don't even like Starburst. I'm like chewing it up, and she has some mixed flavor ones. Yeah, I'm a hot mess when it comes to the sugar stuff, and I'm trying to like really slow down because I don't want to get gestational diabetes. Thank God everything has been healthy so far. And another thing that I have in my journal is that my body was very achy. I felt very frumpy. Again, I thought that was a symptom of my period, because you know, you're just getting your period, you just feel like everything just, it doesn't really hurt per se, but it's just like you just feel bothered. Like your body feels heavy, you just feel like so groggy. Like, that's just really how I felt for like literally like 3 months straight. So now I'm gonna go through my pregnancy journal where I like put photos and stuff like that. This pregnancy journal actually has like little section. It goes by, I believe, trimesters or weeks. It goes by months, actually. Sorry. I have my proof of pregnancy, that pregnancy test that I put in there. How I'm feeling. So this was my first month, and the baby was the size of a poppy seed. Physically, I'm feeling tired more than anything. Those 15-minute power naps are amazing. I'm noticing the following changes in my body. Tummy is the same, it's flat. My skin was very clear. Let me add that. My skin was beautiful. My hair hasn't really looked, I haven't really looked at it. As y'all know from my previous videos, your girl really does her hair, so I don't know if my hair was growing or not. My back aches from time to time. Oh, that's another thing too. During my first trimester, I did develop sciatica. It has gotten way better now. I don't feel the pain. For those of you who have sciatica, for those of you who do not know what sciatica is, it's just basically like a pinch nerve. That's kind of what everybody describes it as. And it literally would stop you in your tracks. Like, it's to the point like I couldn't even like get up out of a seat. It would be hard for me to get up out of bed. It would travel up from like my right butt cheek to like my lower back. It's painful. Like, it's really painful. My energy level was low. I think I look bad, of course, when I'm putting in no effort, which is Monday through Friday. Oh my gosh! Guys, I thought I looked bad, like, before I got pregnant. Because, you know, you go to work, you don't care. Like, it's not that deep. I'm not in a professional setting where I gotta wear, like, a suit and tie and all that stuff. So, you know, I just throw on anything pretty much, go to work. My hair sometimes don't be done. But it was to the point, guys, I was wearing my wigs, and I wasn't even, like, combing them down. I literally would have put a hat on my frontals just so my frontals would stay down, and I would just comb the ends. I looked bad. Like, I looked so bad. I was wearing like oversized hoodies with oversized sweats. I normally do that, but I don't know, during the first couple of months when I was doing that, I was just like, ew, I look so bad. And I swore, I'm like, yo, I have to be having a girl, because, you know, they say girls drain your beauty. Like, I just felt like I just looked so ugly. Like, I just looked like life was being sucked right out of me. My favorite thing to wear these days is anything comfortable, but that's my style. Emotionally, I'm feeling more empathetic, calmer, more in touch with life around me, which is true. It's like I kind of just felt like, I don't know, I just kind of felt different about the world. I was nitpicky, but I was just like, I don't want to say the word is more nurturing, but I just felt more like in tune with myself and my body. At night, I tend to feel relieved. I finally get to sleep for the night. In the morning, I tend to feel like a dark cloud is over my head. Not so much of morning sickness, but really sluggish and down. So that kind of goes back to me just feeling frumpy and very like, I just want to get this day over with. I just want to come back home. I don't want to be bothered. So now for month 2. If I didn't explain the journal before, basically, like it says physically I'm feeling, and then I would have to like fill in the blanks. So it starts off the sentence and I have to finish it. So for the 2nd month, my baby was the size of a raspberry. And physically I'm feeling amazing. You're so good to mommy. No morning sickness, no cravings. Sometimes I have an attitude, but I think that's just me. I'm noticing the following changes in my body. My tummy is getting there. My skin is clear. My hair is thick. So I guess around that time I took out my hair and really looked at it. My back aches sometimes. My energy level, regular, way more than month 1. I think I look like my normal self. My favorite thing to wear these days is the same relaxed outfits during the week, really classy during the weekend, aka if I'm going out. Emotionally, I'm feeling normal, which in hindsight, your girl was going through it, but I thought it was normal. In the morning, I tend to feel normal, tender breasts. At night, I tend to feel normal because your girl was going to sleep, so I was happy as hell. Oh wow, I didn't finish month 3, so I need to update this for the months that I'm at now. Wow, that's kind of disheartening. Yeah, so I need to do that. But yeah, so that's pretty much it. I don't think I actually have anything in my phone. Let me check. Yeah, I don't think I have anything in my phone, but so that's pretty much the first trimester. Again, guys, I know you hear this all the time, and now that I'm pregnant, I'm a firm believer of it. Everybody's pregnancy is different. As I said, I have woken up and felt like my regular self. Aside from like having the mood swings, whatever the case may be, those are still not things that you can stand alone on and say, oh, you gotta be pregnant because you're acting like a biatch. You know what I'm saying? So again, when you take things at a time, it kind of doesn't seem like, you know, you're pregnant until in hindsight, including a missed period, you're like, yo, that's why this was happening like this. My breast felt like gravity was gonna drag them right off my chest, and you know, all these little things. One thing I can say about your first trimester is that it does definitely take a whole lot of getting used to. Your body is literally creating life, so it becomes, I have this like cool app, and it's, oh, let me show you guys. So this is like week 0, when like it's just the egg floating inside of your uterus. This is week 1, where the little sperm is going inside of the egg. This is week 2. So like this is like all that's happening to me while my breasts are hurting and everything is just weird, but like, you know, like, so this is all that's happening inside of you. Basically the egg had multiplied in this picture, and then I'm not too sure how to explain this picture. Let me read it. It says the blastocyst has burrowed itself into your uterine lining. So I guess this is when like after implantation, or maybe this is implantation. So this is week 4. This is week 5. So like the baby just keeps growing. Week 6, 7, until it like ends up looking like a regular baby. And it's just the coolest thing. As I said, it's like you literally have life growing inside you from nothing to something, and it's just been an amazing journey so far, watching like how much the first trimester has done. I found out I was pregnant at a very early stage. Gestationally, I was 5 weeks, but I know whenever you get pregnant, they add 2 weeks onto it, because technically you don't get, they track your pregnancy from the moment that you the last day of your period. So technically I didn't get pregnant the last day of my period, so whatever. Gestationally, they found out that I was pregnant at 5 weeks and a couple of days, but really and truly I was 3 weeks, because they add 2 weeks because of give or take your period, whatever the case may be. And so technically this is what they said the baby looks like at 5 weeks. But when I found out I was technically 3 weeks, I found out really early. So that means I was only at this stage. Which is freaking crazy to me. Like, that is insane. Like, the baby looks nothing like this right now. But yeah, so that is all I have for you guys regarding the first trimester. If you have any comments, questions, please comment down below. I would love to hear what you guys have to say. Share some light with me, please do. Like, I'm like totally a part of the mom groups on Facebook. I'm totally a part of the mom clan now, so don't hesitate to plug your girl in. I just want to thank you all for watching this YouTube video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.